Hey guys, I'm making this video just for the Eureka group. I'm not going to post this one on YouTube, but I want everybody to understand what you're going to want to do and what not to do in EurekaSwap with your IPX and your ERK. Okay, we're going to cover three main points. Get in. 1, 2, 3. I'm missing a finger. I lost it on a boat in Alaska. Right, the three main points. It's going to be ERK, IPX, what to do with those, and liquidity pools, right? So let's start with, if you go on the left side, we're going to start with ERK, what to do with your ERK in here. There's only one thing you can really, well, there's two things you can do, but for now, the only thing you want to do with your ERK is decide how much you want to put in the melting pot. Once you put it in there, it's gone. Bye-bye. Forget it. It's 60% is destroyed, 40% is sent to everybody else in the pool, but you will earn for infinity. So I'm not going to get into all the earnings from that, but okay. Everything that goes into liquidity pool, if I put into liquidity pool, 1% of that gets taken out, buys IPX, IPX buys ERK, and goes to the melting pot. And that's how you learn out of the melting pot. Plus, when somebody else comes in, 60% of what they put in goes to burn, and 40% goes to people already in there. So when you're trying to decide what to do with your Eureka, for me right now, this is the only thing you have to decide with your Eureka is how much do you want to burn? How much do you want to put into the melting pot? That's it. You don't want to put it into liquidity pools, and I'm going to explain that in a minute. So that's Eureka covered, right? Everybody got that? Cool. Now let's move on to what to do with your, well, hold on. Melting pot, left side here, ERK farm. You're going to click there and you put how much from your balance you want to put into the melting pot. When you melt it, that's what you've done. It's gone. I've been playing around here a little bit. I think the APR is going to calculate as it goes. I'm not going to get into that too much. That's what you want to do with your Eureka. So think about that. Personally, I would say take what you want out to melt it, and the rest keep it in Eureka stake and earn governance tokens. IPX, what are you going to do with your IPX? For me, there's only one thing to do in here right now. It's go to the bank module, add banking, and put your IPX in there. How much do you want to put in? Put in 500. Bang, add banking. Put as much IPX as you want. You'll always be able to take that out of the bank. That's just basically your staking in the bank with your IPX. Now remember, keep some on EurekaX too, because liquidity kicks in there, and it will because of arbitrage. You'll be getting ERK rewards there too, as well as ERK rewards from the bank. Where will they all go? They will go to your balance here. This is all we're going to cover for right now. I'm not going to get too deep into it. This is your wallet balance. So as your earnings come in for IPX and Eureka, they will show up in your earnings balance. I've just kind of added some here to play around with. I was helping to test. So there's ERK, there's IPX. It's all dead simple. That's what you want to do for now. Now, liquidity pools. I'm not going to go into how to actually use them yet. I will later. I just want to cover this subject so everybody is clear. When you put your assets into liquidity pools, it goes into US dollars. When you take it out, it comes out in US dollars. So for instance, you put, $100 worth of Eureka tokens in today with $100 of SOT tokens. When you go to take it out, it's the same, minus the 12% for the tax, 6% in, 6% out. So you don't want to put your Eureka and you don't want to put your IPX in liquidity pools right now, because we expect that they are going to increase in value a lot, a massive amount. So that's that, right? And when Darren was explaining his philosophy, he's talking about taking your earnings, right? So when you've got earnings from the swap, you can take those earnings, put those into liquidity pools if you want. Or say, there's a lot of people farm in DeFi, so they can bring over some Bitcoin, some Ethereum, whatever, they can put that in a liquidity pool and they can earn from that. So, there's a few things. Well, that's the point I want to get across, is it goes in US dollars, it comes out. So if you got some long-term crypto that you're holding and you're thinking and you're hoping it's going to really go up in value, don't put it in a liquidity pool. What you want to put into the liquidity pool is money that, say, you want to invest, right? So instead of putting it in the bank and getting like 0.0000% for a year, even minus, you can use that to go buy some wrapped assets like Ethereum, Bitcoin, put those into a liquidity pool to earn, right? So now what's happened there is you've taken away the risk of putting those in a liquidity pool and the bottom dropping out. Because really, when you got two assets in a liquidity pool, if one goes up and one goes down, you're going to incur a loss. If the other one goes up, down, you're going to incur a loss. If they both go down, you're going to incur a loss. If they both go up, okay. So with this strategy, for what they're doing here, it really, 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 really helps protect your liquidity in liquidity pools. But you have to think about what I just said about what you want to put into a liquidity pool. You've got $1,000 in USDT, you can say, okay, right, now I'm going to go over and I'm going to buy some wrapped DOT and some wrapped Link, and I'm going to put those in a liquidity pool, which I usually wouldn't do because they're very volatile assets. But since I'll get the USD value out of it, cool. Instead of, a lot of swap sites, the lowest APR that's paid is those pools that have basically USDT in them and the most stable assets there are. With EurekaSwap now, you'll be able to go into liquidity pools with highly volatile assets, and you won't have to worry about the bottom dropping out of that asset. So that's the idea behind it as far as I can see. So we'll go back. Let's cover this again one more time. I'm going to do some videos on how to go in and out of liquidity pools and farms later, but just to recap right now so everybody understands, only put in the Eureka that you want to burn. You want to put into the melting pot. IPX, put in as much as you want. You're going to go over to bank module, add banking like I showed you. Bang, you got it right there. Put in as much as you want. You can always take it out. IPX is the governance token of the whole entire ecosystem. It's going to get 3% of any liquidity that goes in or out of liquidity pools. It's also going to earn from the Oracle, from EurekaSwap, from cloud storage, everything. And some more stuff that they're working on as well. So to get started, you can withdraw from EurekaX straight to your EurekaSwap. Just sign up. Once you've signed up, you go over here on the left side, deposit, go down there and copy. There's your deposit address. And actually, because ERK, SOT, and IPX, the only ones on here right now, I'm not sure what the plan is with that. They're going to add the wrapped assets one by one. I don't know. But since they're everything that's ever going to be on EurekaSwap is at least a wrapped version or Eureka or a Eureka token, it all has the same deposit address. So when you deposit it, you'll go over to My Wallet and you'll see it show up in your balance. The rest of this we'll talk about later, but right now I just want to get this out there so you guys understand this completely. There's a lot of confusion. So we got a few hours before launch. There you go. Hit me with your questions and I will answer them.